What is up, everybody? It is Jonathan here with another week of BRC Racing Championship in the NASCAR Wheel Modifieds. Race number 2 at Richmond. So we're going to see something a little different here. I couldn't bring up my box on the side because I have them attached to OBS, so I don't know why it's not working. But either way, I am going to be using the lap time up here. Now, this is going to fluctuate due to it is a 45-minute race, so things will change in lap times. I do know that we know how many laps we run, so I will keep that in the back of my mind when I see that up there. No one is the white flag lap. This week is still gonna be where we're gonna have some potential fuel mileage scenarios out there, if you will. But on the pole, Nick Gould in the 3, and Kyle Carpenter on the outside near front row. Got Mitchell in 3rd. Got Jonathan in 4th position right there, rocking new paint scheme there with his sponsoring his own YouTube channel, or mine if you will. Anyways, here we go. 45 minutes here around Richmond Raceway. As green flag, we're racing at Richmond. Nick gets a good jump on the start. Into turn number 1, he'll go. Oh man, sideways is Kyle Cleveland. He hangs on to it. These cars are very loose when you first start out on the run. He holds on to it. As he'll be in the 6th position, Blaine in 5th. Single file for the most part for the first few laps. Here comes Nick. Off turn number 4. Still leading as here comes Carpenter. We're trying to retake the 2nd spot as that allows Mitchell to fall back to 3rd again. Jonathan Orndorff in 4th. Like Blaine was trying to get to the inside. Jonathan looking to the inside to take that 3rd position away from Mitchell, and does. Blaine will try to sneak in. He'll take over the 5th position. Excuse me, the 4th position. Jonathan up to 3rd, Blaine to 4th, Mitchell back to 5th. Oh, and Jonathan gets sideways, and around he goes into the wall. Caution's going to come out for the first time, and barely everyone sneaks by. Let's go back. And let's go back to what happened. I wish I can figure out how to slow this thing down, but it doesn't work the way I want to. But anyways, as he looks like he caught the apron a little bit there. Try to find a better let's go on a chase view here. Yep, he caught the the apron a little bit, and then it de-wedged the car, and around it goes, and oh man, look how close it was between Jonathan and Blaine making contact. Jonathan stands on the gas knowing he was going around. You could tell how much he was lining up that rear tires, trying to stay out of the way. It's the wall a little bit, but these cars can take a pretty good licking and keep on ticking. So, as he gets going around after the first caution, again, if you're a dog or people yelling, I apologize. I can control what happens downstairs. Wish I could, but I can't. Alright, as we get going to back to restart here. Nick still has the pole, or the first position. Second is Kyle Carpenter. Third is Blaine. Fourth to Mitchell. And it looks like, actually, we have some pit stops here. Remember, I said potentially people having to pit because of fuel. Actually, though, everyone would have to pit for fuel at least, maybe once, but yep, guy had Dave come in. I think the 36 of Gage came in as well as Robert Beater in the 4. And 22 of Alex Reno. So it's at least half of the field come in, get some fuel. Remember, there's no tires in this league. You don't get a set of tires. So you gotta save them up as best you can. Should get the one to go here. I think the pace car light should go off. And they do. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing here once again. Again, this race is 45 minutes, so that's why you see the lap timer kind of either go up or go down in laps. And here we go, back to green flag racing again. Nick gets a great jump on that restart. Blaine looks to the inside of Kyle Carpenter. He'll take over that second position. As Jonathan Orndorff, who spun out, brought the first caution. He stayed out, and he's trying to make his run back up to at least the fourth position. Got the 2 of Caleb making a charge, as also have the 24 of Kyle Cleveland. Rocking that Jeff Gordon paint scheme. Also, right behind him is Gage Bookman in the Richard Petty STP colors. Again, I keep saying I'm not going to go through the speed but these are blunt obvious, right? Go back to the 20 of Jonathan Orndorff, who again brought out that first caution, trying to see if he can make up positions again after spinning out. Nick's got a good gap here, about half a second over Blaine, 8/10 of a second over Kyle Carpenter, over a second on Mitchell, and almost a second and a half on Jonathan there. Go back through the field here. We got the 4 of Robert Beer in the 9th position. Got David in the 25. Lear was up front, but I think with the pit stops, put him back there. Again, you're not only trying to save fuel, but you're also trying to save tires. Probably you're better off saving tires than you are trying to save fuel. David in the 10th position. You got Alex Reno in the 22 in the 11th position. Looks like he's just riding back here. Got 17 of Nathan here. Looks like he is, well, he was, I think he's 12th behind Alex there. And you got Rick Evans in the 70. He is 1 lap down already in this race. Right now, Nick is still got a pretty good gap over now Kyle Carpenter, who is now taking over that 2nd position. Over from Blaine in the 18. Everyone seems to be kind of somewhat. We'll go back to the 36 of Gage trying to pass the 2. Or 2 trying to pass 36, whatever may be happening here. There goes Gage around the 2. David goes around the 4 of Robert Beater. He'll get past him, and he'll get past the 2 of Caleb. And he'll move up to the 8th position. Kyle Cleveland approaching Jonathan Orndorff for that would be the 5th position. On board with Kyle here. Trying to catch Jonathan here for that 5th position. Trying to find a good pace through this these laps. Remember, being that's 45 minutes, you're not exactly sure how many laps you're going to run, but generally you're going to be in the hundreds of laps, so you got to save these tires as best you can. These cars were getting very, very loose in the beginning and late of the run, which is kind of surprising. Being that it's Richmond, I mean, Richmond, for no matter what car you have, is usually known for being super tight. You loose off 4, tight off in 2, and that was, you didn't have any kind of that major tightness happening during the race. So as you can tell right there, Jonathan getting just a little bit sideways, nothing super severe. He's trying to run the top, trying to save his tires, but at the same time he's losing ground on not only Mitchell, but is allowing Kyle to close in and get that 5th position from him. We have a potential battle for the lead. Here comes Kyle Carpenter. On the bumper, or close to the bumper of Nick Gould. As you see in the back, side by side for the 5th position as Kyle Cleveland gets past Jonathan. Jonathan gets a good run off turn 4. Well, it's still going to allow him to go by. We do have a battle between 36 and 25. Dave gets loose off turn number 2. Still side by side down the back straightaway. And he'll clear him off turn 4. All right, let's go back to that battle of the lead as, wow, Carpenter gets loose off 2. Hangs on to it. Let's go on board with Kyle Carpenter, see how he's trying to manage these tires and potentially go for the lead here. Diamond in the corner off turn number 2. Those got a little bit tight there. See the steering wheel. See what he's kind of, how much he's turning in that wheel. Not much. So obviously he's really trying to manage those right rear tire. No contact to the wall for Nick. Yeah, he's definitely getting a good drive off the turns. The question is, can he get enough down in the corner enough to get to the inside of Nick? As Kyle Cleveland has went from oh, sorry, that was Kyle Carpenter. There's 2 Kyles, so Kyle Cleveland's still in 5th. Right now, the ticker shows pretty much everyone's still in the same spot. And actually, we just had a pass for the 6th position. David gets around Jonathan. Not forget about this battle for the lead here. Carpenter was catching him, but seems like it's just kind of stable right at that 2 to 3/10 second mark here. 0.35. So just sitting right there. So I believe so far Nick has led all of the laps at this point. Yeah, it shows right now. Yeah, he's led all the laps. But that can change depending on how you manage your tires, really. And it looks like we have a caution on the racetrack. Everyone's slowing down. And it looks like it's the 17 who has crashed. We're going to back that up and see what has happened to the 17. Oh. Looks like it got loose, hanged out the right rear, caught the wall, and did some 360s there. And that was brought out the caution for the 2nd time in this race. So we should see some leaders come in again, because remember, about half the field came in for that pit stop for fuel. We should see the rest probably come in for their pit stops. We'll have to see on how that goes. as the pace car is out on the track and picking up the field. We'll see from this angle on who comes in and who does not. Remember, you can only get fuel. There's no tires. Nick's look, he's coming in. No, he stays out, and the rest come in. It's up to 36 of Gage. Rick is a lap down, but the rest of the field comes in to get the fuel that they need to make it to the end. So that kind of tells me that Nick believes either he's saving enough or he's going to get another caution before this race happens. As you can see, everyone coming in just to get their fuel. Remember, no tires. We'll see how everyone gets off pit road here. There goes 24. There goes 25. The 4. 30, 78, 77, 20. 20 hits the cone there. I'm screaming, that's not the 4, that's the 18. 18 and the 4 got such close identical paint schemes, at least color-wise. Get those confused from a distance, so. There's everyone has gotten their pits up besides Nick. I think Gage already came in at the first pit stop, so maybe he thinks he'll have enough fuel if there's enough cautions here. As everyone else, as a lap down or more, will come in and get their service. So as of right now, Nick has led all the laps here. We should get the one to go, I believe. We will. Nick will be on. Will be the leader. Second will be Gage. Third will be Kyle Cleveland. And fourth will be David. And fifth will be Blaine in at 18. So that's your top 5 as we get ready to go back green flag racing here again at Richmond Raceway. Field is all stacked up and ready to go. The question is for Nick, will there be another caution as we get little bumper cars here? As we go, there is no zone. You don't have to go in the zone, but green flag is out. Nick gets a great jump there to the lead, or keeps the lead as we got a battle for second. Kyle Cleveland inside of Gage Bookman into turn number 3. Kyle will take third. Here comes David in the 25, looking underneath the 36. Still side by side for the third position. Gage doing a good job hanging on the outside. Almost got him clear, not quite yet. Still side by side down the back straightaway. They try and throw it in there, but Gage hangs onto the outside just for a little bit. Blaine's trying to figure out which lane to take. Dave kind of shows him up a little bit up the track. Still contact. That shows the 36 up the track and allows Dave to get through for that third position. Now here comes Blaine dug into the inside. Take over the fourth position. Can't quite do it. It's, whoa, almost contact off 4. Blaine looks inside. Side by side in turn number 1. Blaine almost has him clear off too. Can't do it side by side. Jonathan gets a little sideways, but now it's inside of the 77 of Carpenter gets wide off the turn. He'll lose not only one, but maybe three. As Jonathan gets by him, Blaine gets by the 36 of Gage. Jonathan looking to pass the 36. Jonathan, I wonder if did they inside. Side by side. As Jonathan sideways again. This time he saves it. What a save. Sideways off too, but hangs on to it. But now I'm going to lose all that track position. And he hurt the rear tire. So he was up to about the 6th position and now back to 10th. Now trying to run back down Alex Reno. Go back to that battle. It was a battle between 18 and 36. Gage now looking back to the inside again. You can see these cars are starting to get sideways. Go on board with Gage and see how his car's handling right now. To turn number 1. Ooh, at that time it looked like he was tight. Oh, got loose there. Oh, guys, we've got a battle. There comes Mitchell inside. And he'll take over that position. That was, as ticket comes back around again. It's for the 5th position. Yes, 5th position. And here comes Kyle Carpenter to take over the 6th position. Almost has it side by side down the back straightaway. You can see that Jonathan's gotten past Alex once again. But still side by side into 1, but he'll get that off in 2 as Gage gets loose off 2. And Carpenter will have that position as we'll head back up to the front. As Nick has a 1.6 second lead over Kyle Cleveland. But again, the question is for him is, does he have enough fuel to make this, to end this race? And and let's be very clear, even if he does or doesn't, okay, and even say the caution comes out, well, none of those guys in the back have to come in, right? Again, you don't get tires. You're not going to get a set of tires or anything. So if a caution comes out and he realizes, okay, I'm not making on fuel, he's going to lose all that track position anyway. So potentially he should have came in that last caution, but we'll see how it works out. That gap is shrunk down to now 1.1. Kyle trying to use that wider arc into 3, down in the corner off to get better drive. So far we have done 63 laps. We're on lap 64, coming to lap 65. Remember, it is a time race, though. My timing and scoring says there's 16 minutes left, but I would say there's a little bit more than 16 left. But we'll see. As Kyle's slowly creeping in on Nick Gould in that 3. Check down some people here. We got 38 of Mitchell. As Kyle Carpenter trying to get past him. That would be for, I'd say, the 4th position. Yep, that'd be for the 4th position. If you can get it done. Got Blaine that's running 6th now. It was in about, I think it was running like 3rd on restart. 3rd or 4th on restart. There's Gage in the 36. As he is running in that 7th position. 1.5 seconds behind the leader. Alex, who it looks like Jonathan got past Alex, now Alex got past Jonathan again, and has gone past Robert Beater in the 4. Like Jonathan trying to use that outside lane to get the momentum and maybe try to save tires, but very difficult. As Rick in the 70s coming back out from the pits. I think a really good run there. Wow, really was able to get a good run. Side by side into turn number 3. Alex goes wide. Jonathan almost has the run, can't do it, gets loose. And Alex will let Jonathan go, but here comes Alex back. Can't do it. Jonathan will get up to the 8th position. Here comes Caleb in the 2. Impressive run for him. He's looking to the inside. As again, they're going around. I think Nick's just, or Rick's staying on the bottom. People's way there. As Caleb in the 2 will take over. And that I would say was the 9th position. Ticker goes by. Yes, the 9th position. There's Robert Beater, and he's was up there racing with those guys, but is falling back, and then now in the 11th position. Also, Ethan looks like he has disconnected from the race and will not finish. And as I was talking about the back markers, Kyle Cleveland has taken over the lead from Nick. Maybe he was starting to realize, oh, he may not make it on fuel, so he's trying to save not only tires, but fuel. Oh, it gets in the wall. Out to number 4. Nick's not done, though. He's looking back to the inside. All right, looking for that lead once again. Got David in the 25 right there. He also got Kyle Carpenter. We got actually a 5-pack. Got Mitchell right there as well. Got a 5-pack. Maybe 6 if Blaine can catch up. Here comes the 25 of David into the inside. He'll take over this. Oh, almost. And contact between 25 and the 3. 25 got loose into the 3, into turn 3. Got into Nick. Now, with these cars, there shouldn't be too much damage, but they have lost a lot of momentum. And Nick, who was once leading, is now in the, I would say, the 4th position now. Fourth position, and now David in the 25 car in 5th. That does allow Blaine to catch up to this pack here a little bit. That moves Mitchell in the 78 into 2nd. And then 3rd is Kyle Carpenter. Mitchell about 0.6 of a second behind as they put down a lap down for Robert. As Nick is charging back through again. Not only has he pulled away, he's flying now. Man on a mission. Holy crap. I think he was doing a really good job saving his tires because he was trying to save fuel. But man, it looked easy for him to pull by. Oh, and got car off the track. I think that was Rick. Yep. But Nick from out of nowhere. Right now, he's right there behind Kyle Cleveland. Could be just saving the tires again and feel he could have to come in. And if he has to come in, then this is all a moot point, but we'll see what happens. We're getting close to it. My time screen is showing 8.5 minutes left, but again, that's going to be off a little bit. It says obviously 109 laps, but give or take. As Nick wanted to look for the lead. I think he's going to stay there. Here comes Carpenter in the 77. He's trying to catch back up to these guys. Could also be saving that right rear. You see some guys getting loose, just a little bit loose here and there. Yeah, you can see, wow, Carpenter really loose there. Entry. Oh, hang on to it. Woo! Nice save by Carpenter. Loose end. Here comes Mitchell trying to take over the 3rd position, and Will. And Blaine. And Mitchell gets loose. Off turn number. Woo! Man, everyone's hanging on to these cars now. Hangs onto it. After making a pass on Carpenter, will fall back to the 4th position. There comes David in the 25 once again. And Nick has come in. He was not going to make it on fuel. And he's going in to get some fuel. He's on at least go 1 lap down for it, but he is going to have to stop for some gas. As Kyle goes by, he's going to get put maybe 2 laps down. He will. Unfortunate for Nick, but that leaves it to now Kyle Cleveland, who's got a big gap now between him and I believe that is, let me see who's in, Kyle Carpenter. As we're getting pretty close to the end of this race, I'd say give it, it says 5 minutes and 15 seconds on mine. Add about another 2 minutes. That's like roughly 7 minutes left, I'm going to say. Let's see. Let's jump on. Go to 78 here. He's really running the top there, trying to preserve that right rear. But David in 25 is right on his bumper, trying to take that 4th position over. Check the guys in the back. You got Jonathan Nordoff, who's sideways, man. He is trying to hang on to dear life for this car, it looks like. Robert Bearder's actually in front, but he's 1 lap down. Go to Gage, who is in 6th right now. Sideways as well. Just doing everything he can to hang on to that car. As he gets sideways and around he goes. Off to number 2, and whoa, almost Robert almost gets into him, nothing sideways off 2. Caution is going to come out, and this could change everything here. And man, Nick was looking for that caution earlier, did not get it. He'll get it now, but unfortunately, he will not. He'll be 1 lap down, it looks like, or maybe he'll be back on the lap. It looked like he got past. He got past Kyle Cleveland to get back to 1 lap, so that should maybe give him the lucky dog. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. Actually, maybe that. Actually, no. It looks like it will go to. Oh, what the heck's going on here? What is Alex doing? I have no idea, but. At this point, if you weren't not going to come in, you might as well just go through the pit road. Don't bother going back on. But that does change a lot for how this race could finish. We're gonna have a shootout here for sure. Now, when I looked, the advertised distance that I had was 112 laps, so we should be around there or so for laps, but we'll see. Because you know Barney, he ain't going to do his job. He's supposed to be a flagman, and he's supposed to wave the flag, but apparently not on replay, apparently. Now, you're probably wondering, what is everyone doing here? Like, they kind of seem to run very low on certain parts of the track. Well, they're trying to cool the tires off. The tires are very ticked off, especially that right rear. So what you do is, to cool them off, you try to find the coolest parts of the racetrack. But right now, it doesn't matter as we get ready to get back green flag racing here with a little sprint finish here. At the end, we're going to say we have roughly about 3 minutes left. Get ready go back green. Kyle Cleveland is leading. Second is Kyle Carpenter. Third, Blaine. Fourth, Mitchell. Fifth, David. And sixth, somehow still running and somehow doing pretty good, Jonathan in sixth there. Here we go. A little shot here at Richmond. Green flag. We're back racing again. Like I said, that is not the time in scoring there. You got more laps than 105 to go, or one more lap. Got a few more laps. There comes Blaine on the outside. And Blaine trying to get to the second spot for Kyle Carpenter. I didn't see him waving the sticks yet. While I was staying on this video so I can see it. Somewhat see it. As Carpenter tries to shoot to the bottom, can't do it, gets loose. Here comes Blaine to the inside of Carpenter. Got side by side in turn number one. Battle for second. Blaine will get that position. We'll see if we get the white here. I don't see him waving it. I said 112, so hopefully that is the right count that I did. Kyle Cleveland still holding on to the lead. Lando trying to run them down. Let's see if we get the white flag here. If Martin even waves the white flag here. Nope, don't see it, but I have a feeling we're getting really close here to the end. As Kyle Cleveland has the lead, Blaine second, Carpenter third. Fourth is Mitchell. Oh, that's Mitchell? Yes, and David. And fifth. That is the white flag right there. One to go. Just saw it. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Off to number 4, Kyle Cleveland's going to win again in the BRC iRacing League and wins at Richmond. Blaine second, Kyle Carpenter third, Mitchell fourth, Dave fifth, Caleb sixth, Jonathan seventh, Robert eighth, Gage ninth, 10th goes Alex, 11th Nick Gould, one lap down, Rick in 12th, Nathan in 13th. Oof, geez, giving them good shots there. As they go around, as giving congrats, little bumps there. As Kyle Cleveland wins again in this league. I believe it's his first in this season after running out of fuel actually last week. He was able to make sure he has enough fuel this time and gets it done. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you did enjoy this broadcast, make sure you hit that like button if you're new to this channel and want to see more broadcast racing for iRacing. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for the next one.